has a couple of different big pedals.
Are we live? Here we go. We about to go live.
I've been raising my head, trying not to. I was like, let's just save it for the
hold
show.
up, y'all.
Cero.
Cero.
I was trying to do the countdown.
Bienvenidos.
Yo,
I saw that too. I figured that's what you was trying to do, Corey.
I saw his hand up. I was like, I don't know what this brother is doing. Let's go.
Trying to get this train.
Let's start the show.
Yeah, man. Here.
Y'all gotta understand, man. I've taken this position very seriously on the back end for not just this show but other shows, and I look at it from a different view. I'm like, this is all good. All of this is good, but only the four of us is gonna get it. Why don't we
Corey, the director, technically speaking?
Let's go live and talk about it, and then let everybody chime in while we're doing that.
All right.
Good point. Good point.
I learned that from you, Gmo.
I love
Like,
it.
let's talk. Let's save it for the show.
Because people want to start getting into it while we waiting to go live. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
man.
had to cut me off earlier because we was talking offline, and I was like, I'm asking questions. I'm like, I really should be asking you this during the show.
During the show.
Yeah.
During the show.
It's crazy.
Hey, Creative Native on IG said the show can start now. He's here. So
Let's go.
Okay. Just for you, Creative Native.
just for you. So I will introduce the show to get us going, but Corey, you have to introduce our guest.
Oh,
All right. So go ahead and do the intro for the show, Gmo.
Well, since Creative Native said we can start the show, this is for you, Creative Native. You are tuned in for episode 45. Episode 45.
Let's go.
Like President Trump's first
45, baby.
Come on now.
47.
Yeah.
Well, we are giving you news
that
you can use.
And I'm gonna let you take the wheel from here, Corey, because we got a special guest, but I think it's only right if you introduce our guest tonight.
For sure. So you already know what it is. It's your main man with the game plan, Corey Giovanni, tapped in with the news that you can use. We got our co-host Bobby. We can't forget our co-host Bobby. Right on. That's BOBBI, not a Y, because a Y is for a what?
For God.
Guy.
You already know. We got
Speaking of which, we had her
Did y'all see
birthday.
that? I signed my name real quick.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was dope. We went to her birthday party this weekend, man.
It wasn't my birthday.
It was not her birthday.
I don't know. My birthday's in August.
She was just
No, what
having
you
a
need to
good
do, just
time.
have a birthday
Having
once a month.
briskets.
Just
We
have
are
a
having,
brisket.
Corey, I'm sorry you're not going to be here, but we are having a family karaoke night at the end of April here at my house. Just so you know.
I love it. And yo, the Royal Mag is in the building. Shout out Royal Mag.
Yeah, man.
Royal
And
Mag.
shout out
Royal
Dennis
Mag, what up?
Dennis Childs.
Okay,
Hey.
But let's back that train up real quick, because you know the Tech Vet, we got to give him his daily props. Tech Vet, go ahead and talk to the people.
What up? Hey man, I'm glad to be here. I just want to give more kudos to Bobby. It wasn't her birthday. It felt like her birthday. We were celebrating her graduation from KMI class. And that food was good.
Sure.
That food was good.
Right on.
Ask me what I made. Go right on ahead.
Go ahead. Ask
ahead.
Bobby, what you made? Bobby, what
So you will never show up to my house and not be fed, whether it be physically or spiritually, but it's going to be physically for sure.
Beautiful.
I made a 17-pound brisket. I did 5 pounds of smoked chicken. I did sausage, hot dogs, chowder beans, cream corn, potato salad, macaroni and cheese, and deviled eggs.
Now that's what, and that was just because, right?
And
I'm like this.
Everybody who was invited was a part of my support for my KMI class. So coworkers came over. I invited Geronimo because he's been a good support and was go to him for different things and stuff. So he knew he had an invite. Corey, you would have too.
Of course.
You had an invite. That was would have been a long drive.
A long drive.
Very long drive.
Very far from California. But as you guys see, we got 4 squares. So you know we got one more than we had before on the tube. Right now it's a good friend of mine. It's a brother like no other. We've been together rocking in this music business thing, entertainment thing, venturing off into video entertainment thing. My boy, the one and only Chris One, aka Chris Childs. So Chris,
Yo, what's up?
Tell the people who you are. State your claim. State what you do, and state your name.
It says Chris.
Yeah, no. I went to put the one, but it didn't work out. Anyway,
no, what that is Chris won. That's what it is.
Chris, talk to him. Talk
Chris
to him.
Won. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Talk to him. No, first of all, blessings. Thank you guys for having me here. This is an amazing thing for me. It comes at the right time as I'm, in the studio making things. But Affiliate Entertainment has been around for 20 years, and Corey was there when I first chose the name of this thing, and I've been cooking ever since. And I want to thank Gmo. I think I did a track for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. On the album. You know what I mean?
And I will let you know that thing played in Vegas and they went bananas.
That was the second track you did.
That was the second
remix for That was cool. I tell you what, when you did that, I was in Korea and you sent me the picture that the DJ sent and he played that track out.
It was in Vegas and they went nuts for that.
The name of the track is called Isaac Hayes, the remix, the Chris One remix. Y'all can check it out on my platform.
And then don't forget to Let Him Know track, because he did let him know, didn't he?
Yep.
He did let him know. That's track number 3, I believe.
Yep. Mr. Clean. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, but there was also another track that he did, but that was on the mixtape I never put out. Warm Jello.
Oh gosh.
You was just the truck during that time. You was big truck.
Big truck.
Big truck.
Oh man. And Geronimo and who else was on that track?
My boy Shuma Dara. Hey, shout out to Shuma out there, man. He's out there doing his thing.
Yeah, so we go back, bro. I think that was 2001 we did that.
It was circa 2001. Yo,
beautiful.
We've been doing this entertainment thing for a minute, Bobby.
For a minute.
But I landed in California in 97, 98. I landed my first, I guess, what they call a placement for a movie called Punks. It was a gentleman named Patrick Ian Polk and Ryan Darden.
Ryan Darden.
Yeah, man. He gave my beat CD to Tracy Ellis, or what was her name? Tracy
Edmonds.
Tracy Edmonds. She was married to Babyface at that time. And she was she was basically putting the money behind his movie. And the movie came out, and I found myself in a studio in Hollywood in 97, and I've never been in front of an SSL. That's a really big 48 track mixing board. Same spot John B was there, same spot Michael Jackson recorded in, same spot Babyface recorded in. And I was going up the elevator with one of the members of what is that for?
Color Me Back?
No, it was the one with Cisco in it.
That Drew Hill.
Drew Hill. I was on the elevator with one of the singers from Drew Hill.
Wow.
And I was going up to record this track with Patrick. And officially, that is the day I became a producer, because he actually paid me my full freight. I was
nice.
Yeah, he gave me $5,000 for a beat. He was going to give me 2, but Tracy she actually cut the budget for music. So he could only buy 1 track. He was going to buy 2, and he only bought 1. And it ended up 30 seconds at the end of his movie. And man, it was an amazing time since then. And I've been working since then, mainly because of this gentleman, Corey Giovanni. He has been placing me in situations where all I can do is just shake hands and say, yeah, I'm a producer. What do you got? Well, I got beats. Okay, let's hear them. So I would play them. And Corey has been keeping me prepared since I've met him. And I appreciate this guy. I love him. and I will do anything for him. Believe me. There is no fight that I would back down from if it came down to me and him. So Corey is important to me, and he put me in the position that I'm in right now. 20 years later, I would never think I'd be on a podcast talking to people about me, So he's important to me, and I will never minimize his importance to my life, and the gratitude and the love that he's shared for me since I touched down in LA. So Corey, I love you, and the world needs to know that. You know what I mean?
No.
You need people like this as a producer. You need people like that in your background, and always pushing you, because he won't let me sleep. He will call me every morning. When I say every morning, Corey calls me.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Like I said, me and Chris been rocking for a long time, right? And this isn't even on the schedule, but I have to do it because of the fact that and Chris probably don't realize he knows what I'm about to say now because of the tone of where I'm speaking in. All right, so in 2020, COVID ran rampant, right?
Oh my God!
Don't say it. COVID was hitting everybody. I remember calling my bro, right? And he was like, "Man, I'm sweating. I'm sick." I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because Chris is the type of person, he'd go to work sick. And I'm like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. And he's in that same studio he in right now when I was talking to him on the phone. And I was like, what's the matter? And he was like, man, I was like, bro, go to the hospital, do something. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, man, can I say this? Can I go ahead and say this?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And he had
go
COVID.
ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
And he had COVID. And I was like, now mind you, I've already lost.
Hold up. I didn't just have COVID.
I'm going to. I got you, bro. I'm building to. I'm building.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So when you hear COVID, you already think that it's you know what I'm saying it's COVID. So it's scary. Yeah. But then when I got a chance to talk to him a little bit long, I think the next day when you was telling me he was in the hospital, because I could hear in his voice, right? He was like, I got double pneumonia.
Sheesh.
So, and I know double pneumonia, COVID, right?
Jeez. I had full on COVID and I had full on pneumonia. At the same time. But it was at the same time where they didn't know what to do with COVID. And Corey had called me and I couldn't hold a conversation for more than 2 minutes on the phone because I had this mask on my face. And he was the first, besides my wife, he was the first person to call me. And it was a situation where I had my sister, God rest her soul, she passed away in October when COVID just came out. And she got it and it killed her. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I ended up in the hospital in January and I was there for a month. And the first person to call me was Corey. And he was like, he just went into prayer. He immediately started praying. He didn't ask any questions. He was like, you all right? I was like, bro, I'm in the hospital. I got COVID. I got pneumonia. And then he was like, let's pray. And he went in. And, to be 100%, I feel like that's the anchor. That's the thing that sustained me. That's the thing that lifted me up, because I knew someone, gave a damn about me,
Yeah.
And when you had COVID at that time, there were no visitors. I was in that spot by myself for 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. I was in that hospital room by myself. And Corey called every day. He texted, there was even a video shoot going on that I had produced a track to that I couldn't even go to the video shoot for. It's crazy. But, Corey is a blessing. and he is a staple. He is a monument for my building of Affiliate Entertainment. And without him being there, this whole building would crumble. So I appreciate you, and I love you, and I appreciate you saying that about me, man. It's a good look.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Right on, man. One day when we have the show where we could just, just talk and just chat, I would. Hold on. That's what
is that
called?
me?
No, that's mine.
It ain't me.
That's mine.
Is it Amber Alert?
It's an Amber Alert.
It's live, man.
Oh, my wife just said that it was 1999 when he got here. When we got here.
You got here 99?
99. Hey.
I thought it was earlier than that, but
Beautiful.
she claims it's 99. She knows more than me, so I'm gonna give her that. But Corey, thank you. Let's move on. Let's live.
Hey man,
lighten up the mood.
That's this love. Hey, we gotta give people their flowers and their kudos, man.
Corey knows.
Corey is the great connector. He's the reason why I'm here.
Hold up, Z. One thing that I gotta say. I don't know if I'm terrible at this, but I hate the word flowers. I don't want flowers. You know what I mean? I think that kings like yourself, queens like Bobby, they deserve respect. They deserve honor. Ooh. They deserve upliftment. They deserve upliftment. They deserve forward movement. They deserve a place in hip hop. They deserve a place in music. They deserve a place in media. Flowers die. Honor lives forever. Yeah. When a man or a woman is honored in their placement, in the things that they give to their media, to their life, to other people's lives. I hate the word, let me give you your flowers. It just seems corny to me. I don't mean to be that dude, but I'd rather honor you. I'd rather respect you. I'd rather show you love. I'd rather move you forward. I'd rather place you in a spot where what you've contributed to the world deserves the utmost respect, not just flowers.
Yeah.
Not at
I hear you.
No, I want you to know that I honor you and I respect you and I love you. Flowers die. I'm not going to give you those. I'm going to give you the respect and honor that you deserve in this world. So I appreciate the sentiment, but I'd rather hear the word respect and honor.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, we're going to give Corey respect and honor.
That's what I'm saying. Man deserves respect and honor.
Drop a bomb on it. Boom.
Give it to him. I
appreciate it. Look, and I just give it all back because the fact is, Chris is one of the reasons I truly believed in myself as a music artist when I'm still doing music, but I never forget when
he's an amazing writer.
Yeah, when we get it popping, got placed in a catalog. I was like, what is this? And I was like, Chris is the type of person who be like, okay, send it over, let me look at it, and he'll forget because he got thousands of things going. So I was like, bruh, do not forget this. Sign it. It's a catalog. That means that if they decide to pick, it's gonna get placed, but it's there. And even though it has the song hasn't got placed yet, the fact that it's up there and it hits like that, and we get it popping. When I play that for people are like, man, this is was this Dr. Dre? Nah, that's Chris One.
That's a dope beat.
Chris One.
Yeah, it's a dope beat.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to play you the songs that Chris One did for me, Bobby. Next time I come through, we'll put on the big ones. Yeah.
Right. This is weird for me, man, because I really don't. I was going through my catalog today because I'm working on an album, and I'm like, holy crap, I did a lot of music. And then when I, looked up Mr. Clean, I was like, wow, that's
the one you showed me.
Yeah.
Mr. Clean beat. The beat was crazy, bro.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Alexa Carrington out there.
What?
She killed that. She's the one that did the Mr. Clean beat.
Yeah.
Alexa Carrington, man. Hey, shout out to her, man. Much love. We're gonna have to get her up here too, man.
We do.
But what's going on with the album, man?
Yeah, talk to the project.
Black and Gold 2, man. I released Black and Gold, the first one, Black and Gold, 4 or 5 years ago or something, and it had a lot of features on it. Oso, California, dope Long Beach representative. My man, the Prince.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Prince, THS. You know,
shout out to
dollar sign.
That's the owner of Royal Mag, right?
Yeah, man, and a lot of other stuff, man. My man's got more ownership than I've ever, seen. Then the special part was my aunt Cynthia. We were in Georgia. They were in Georgia at the time, and my aunt Cynthia Childs, beautiful writer and beautiful singer, beautiful person, beautiful woman. I sent her the song idea, and she sung it, and I damn near cried when I got the stems back. She's just an amazing woman. She ended up on Black and Gold, and then 6'4" or 6'4".
About to say 6'4".
6'4" was the beautiful thing about 6'4" is I never let these guys, the people that are on the record, my man Mr. Pulse or Corey Giovanni over there.
I'm still Mr. Pulse.
Yeah,
that's what the credits. That's what the credits say when it comes up on the radio.
Yeah, my girl SO Finesse or Sister Outspoken, and my boy Oso California. I never let them be in the studio together. I wanted to see what they would do individually as far as the track goes, and they all came in by themselves, built the record, and 6'4" was born. It was just an amazing record, and put out 6'4", and I'm so proud of that record or that album. 10 songs, everything came through. It was clean. I probably could have been better as a producer to get it to sound better, but I really wanted to utilize the people that I was surrounded with at that time. I really wanted to utilize the people at that time because I was surrounded by so much talent, and with the ability of the writing of Mr. Pulse and the ability that Oso and Eso had to come into the studio and really just make this thing come alive. That's production for me. I love sitting in the studio and just working with artists, and when they really start to shine, when they really find that level of delivering, it's you got to hit record. And
I got a question for you, Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Who's been your biggest musical inspiration? What inspires you to want to produce? Who have you seen that you feel like you want to follow in those footsteps?
Oh, I'm a Dr. Dre disciple.
How did I know?
Yeah.
I had a feeling. I was like, I might know the answer. I don't want to make an assumption because it could have been somebody else, but I hear you. All right.
Well, the reason I do that is because Dr. Dre spends the time to actually work with his artists. He doesn't sell beats. He's not a beat maker. He's a true producer. And it goes back to Quincy Jones. That's when I actually started. When I heard Thriller for the first time, when I was in 8th grade, and my aunt had it on her record player, and I listened to it from beginning to end. It was a beautiful record for me, but I wasn't tied into the sales of the record. I wanted to hear how he did it, how he made it, who was in the room when he did it. And then when you go down the list of the drummer, the keyboardist, the guitarist, the singers, the background singers, and the engineer himself, when you go down that's a producer's dream. Yeah. When you're sitting in there and you're actually looking at the label and you're unfolding the record. Of course, you see the tiger in the white suits, but I'm looking at the words. I want to see who it is that did this record. And I still have the record in my stash.
Nice.
Man,
Dude, I
yeah.
missed that, man. Like even back when we had CDs, man, that was my ritual. I would go on the
Still have the
Tuesdays to the record store, get the new CD, pull it out.
Yeah.
I'll read the whole credits, man. Who produced it? Who
Yeah.
wrote it? Man, I miss those days, man.
You can't do it these days, man, because you'll get a book when you buy.
No, it's all
you buy a Drake CD, you got to get a thesaurus to look at this thing.
It's there though, but when Drake's got one producer, Drake's got one cat.
He got 1,000 writers,
1,000 writers, but 40 is his guy. 40 will produce his whole record.
Yeah,
they'll buy the record. That's beat maker and producer, and we'll get into that later. But to answer your question, Bobby, it starts with Dr. Dre because the clean and the punch of his records. Corey was there. I had recently just played some tracks for an artist in Philadelphia, and the first thing she said is she loves my drums because I pattern my drums after Dr. Dre. They have to hit. They have to smack. They have to fill the speaker. They have to fill the room that you're in. So that's first and foremost for me. But Dr. Dre has always been the inspiration for me. I don't really care about anybody else.
I hear you.
Except for Quincy Jones.
I got a question.
Right.
I'll go after.
Yes,
actually, go ahead, Corey, and I'll ask mine.
No, go, man. Bro, we do this all day.
Top three.
Yeah, man, all day. I'm here. We're going to do this.
Tracks. What's your top 3 Dr. Dre tracks?
All right.
You can only pick 3. Top 3.
Only 3. All right. Y'all probably ain't going to even know because I've been studying. Okay. The first is next episode.
Okay.
First.
Wow.
Okay.
Hold up.
That's number 3.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Hold up. Right. All right. But I'm talking about the video. The back end of that video, he flips into the promotion of the Up and Smoke tour.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I remember that. Beat changes.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second would be a Marsha Ambrosius track, right? Where he had mixed Nas into that. No, it was actually the Mary record. One Night Stand. If you don't know about that, One Night Stand is Marsha Ambrosius' recent record called Casablanca. And I think Focus 3 Dots did that. And that is an amazing record. But number 1, the one that got me.
Number one. What you got? What you got?
The one that got me was Nothing But a G Thing. That got me. I was like, I could not wait to hear that record again and again and again and again. And I'll challenge anybody on this panel, right? If you're ever in Carson and you're at the Carson Mall, there is a Delamo and Avalon corner.
Yeah.
If you take that Avalon and Carson corner, or I'm sorry, Delamo and Avalon corner, and you go east, right? All the way on Avalon. Just go east.
No, south.
South.
Avalon goes south.
East because you're going to East LA. You're going to East.
So it's turning.
I did this. You're going east. Okay. You put the Chronic on your playlist and you just press play and drive. You will see the world change in front of you while you're playing that record. I did it personally twice. Just because I thought I was tripping. But no, you start from that corner, right? And go to East LA as far as the record will take you. You don't have to stop. Just keep going, right? Take whatever straight lines, turns, whatever. But just end up in East LA. Say it again.
Does that factor in traffic?
Traffic, whatever.
That traffic is crazy.
Just drive. Seriously, just drive.
Nah, that's
and
what's
that
up.
whole record will take you and it's the Chronic. You play that whole record, it'll take you through scenery, it'll take you through moods, it'll take you through ups and downs, it'll take you through turns, cops, even the skits work in this drive. I did it. It blew my mind. And I did it twice just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. But you start from that corner. Imagine it, right? Avalon and Del Amo. That is the Carson Mall, right there on that corner.
Yeah.
And you take Avalon and go east. Just play the Chronic, and that's what got me. That's what got me into Dr. Dre, because I had to take some classes in East LA, and I was living in that area at that time. So I took off and I needed some travel music, and that's the CD I chose.
Nice.
And I just played it, and the whole scenery changed as the record changed.
That's
So
what's up,
it's-
Dr. Pooh. I challenge you to do that. He's
So
live.
do it. Please, God, do it. Do it.
Hey, Chris.
Lined up on that corner.
Yo, we got Danny said, "What up?" She's also an artist, a poet. Maybe she needs to come to Chris One to get some music behind her poetry.
The beautiful thing is, I'm actually working with SO Finesse. She's got an audio book that she's putting out that I put some music to, but she's got it on Amazon, and he and I have been working in the studio for a long time just to get her audio book ready. So I've been recording her. So it's a beautiful thing. So yes, come see me. I got you.
Right. And you said Dr. Pooh. What did you say about Dr. Pooh? Because Chris actually worked with Dr. Pooh.
Dr. Pooh? What?
Yeah, he didn't go by Dr. Pooh. Tell him his name, Geronimo.
Donald.
Donald, not Donald.
Donald Rump.
Donald Rump.
My guy, Donald.
He was shouting you out, man. He was shouting you out. When he jumped on the IG, he was like affiliate ENT in the house.
Yeah, man. Yep. Oh my God, I forgot it was Dr. Pooh.
Because remember, Donald did a show with some of your music, Chris.
Yep, he absolutely did, and he got me famous for it. That was dope.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah,
it was at Club Cohiba. It was a cigar. Yep, we were in Long Beach. And they actually closed that. It was above a 7-Eleven. I remember it. He did his thing. He did.
Creative Native said X and Hello are some of my favorite Dre tracks. Those are some good ones too. Hey, that X goes down.
Dude, the snare on that? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I have that sampled. It's in my box. I'm good.
You know? And then Hello, I started that gangster, and this I get.
Yeah.
Hey, I was button, damn it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Bobby, thank you so much.
Yeah, that was a good question. Yeah, that was a good question. What else? What was your question, Corey?
Yeah.
It wasn't so much a question. It's more so okay, so Chris, let me tell you something. And this is Dennis Childs. That's your brother, right?
That's my big brother. He's actually a junior. My dad is Dennis Childs, and then Dennis Childs Jr. He's in.
Because I remember one time, very, very long ago, back in Circuit City days, right? We had this
like, what that?
Yeah, okay. And there was this square cassette, but square tape with a CD in the middle. And we went into the audio room. I worked in the Soho department. He worked in the audio department.
Yeah.
And so he was like, he had this small box, I was like, what is it? That a Game Boy? He's like, nah, this is a beat maker.
Yeah.
I never knew about beat machines, right? I was always just the writer, the rapper. I wasn't thinking about producing beats then.
Wow.
Man, we go into the audio room and he plays this song and this beat, and I was like, oh, let me get it. And so we went back to and I wish I had the track. I know the name of the track. It's called Twist and Bounce.
Twist and Bounce.
And that track was so West Coast, because that's when that's when Crip Walking was getting introduced to the world, not just in the in LA is all Crip Walking, but
to the world, Craig.
To the world's like Crip Walk, and I was like Crip Walking, like put your hands up, wave them up, get them up. I was like, oh, this is Twist and Bounce. It was
epic. My God,
dude.
I remember that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
No, I think what he's getting to is I had this music sequencer. It was called the QY10. And when I met Corey, I had the QY70. It was actually an upgrade. It was a little thing about as big as a VCR tape. that was the size of it. And you could do 16 tracks on that thing. And I kept it with me. And wherever I went, whenever I took a break, I was making beats on that thing. And for some reason, I was working at Circuit City when I first got to Guitar Center, because Circuit City was 2 buses away from me. I lived in Carson, but I worked at the one in Torrance. And that's when I met Corey. And I had this QI70 with me, and the music was just, I twisted that thing out. It was so bad I broke it. It doesn't work to this day. It was so bad. But you put it back
together, didn't you?
Nah, that thing. Okay, there's a sad story behind it. My wife, she's probably on. I lost the QI10 in a rainstorm in Pittsburgh when I was in college. My apartment had flooded, and my sequencer was on the floor when it happened. When I got to the house, I was staying at my girlfriend's house during the rainstorm. When I got back to my apartment, my QI70 was destroyed. It looked like somebody shot it. Wow. The rust had bled out the back of it. It looked like somebody just put a hole right through it. Bam, right? Ooh. All my music gone, right? I've never been so devastated in my life. I was like, holy crap, what am I going to do? I had been spending my college years making beats for, rappers, singers. And one day, I have to share this, and my wife, please forgive me. I entered a contest where I wrote a song for my wife. She was then my girlfriend.
Okay.
And, I wrote a song for her, and I entered a talent show contest because she was supposed to be there that night, and she had never heard the song before. So this was my piano skills. I play trumpet and piano and drums and all that good stuff. So I was at the talent show, and I played the track. I did the song. I played it, but she wasn't there. I didn't know she wasn't there. Her best friend was there, and she heard it, and she was crying. I didn't know, why are you crying? She was like, it's a beautiful song. Then my wife showed up, and I played the song again. They allowed me to play the song again because the talent show was over by the time she got there. So I played the song again, and I won $25 that night.
Hey man, let's go.
Hey, when you making money, here's the thing: you make money on talent, you making money.
Making money.
It's a beautiful
$5. You made it.
Yeah,
you made it. Dude, it's people don't understand, man. It's
all money is money.
Yeah, man. Put so much into that craft, man. When you make some money from it, you like, man.
Yeah. From $25 to $5,000.
Yeah.
So to fast forward,
you
college. Yeah, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
You've been producing for a while, man. How do you look at the landscape now for producers? Because you came up when you really had to have some type of musicianship skills. You had like hardware gear, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's your take on what the production landscape is right now, man?
It's a two-way type of thing. There are beat makers on platforms selling beats for $25, $5, $10. They're leasing beats. They're giving away beats for 6 months. If it hits a certain number, then you have to buy the beat. There are producers. I have always argued for producers. Producers have a spot. They have Dr. Dre is a producer. Quincy Jones is a producer. will.i.am is a producer. They sit in the studio and they bring the best out of that artist. If I make a beat and I send it to Bobby, and Bobby's like, I like this beat, and she buys it for $2,000, then it's her beat. I didn't work with her. I didn't talk to her.
That beat better be off the hook if I'm paying $2,000 for it.
Hey, if you're doing that, if you did that, you found me. You like the beat. I pay it. You pay it to me. I give it to you, and it's yours. At that point, it's your job to promote it. I'm done. I don't produce for you. I don't mix, I don't track, I don't master, I don't do anything else for you but sell you that beat. It's up to you at that point.
So I have a lead-in question
Go ahead.
with this. We talk a lot about on this show. If you haven't tuned in before, we talk a lot about artificial intelligence and how we find that due to how technology is increasingly being used for all sorts of things, including activities such as music and entertainment. Do you find that there's a possibility that artificial intelligence will begin doing some sort of music production that may, ever replace what a producer does?
Nope. No. There's a vibe in the studio that has to happen. It has to be there. Timbaland is out there working with Suno, and he's making tracks. He's making beats. That's beautiful. And he's making it a kind of a quick turnaround so he can get the music out as soon as possible. But there is nothing that can even come close to the fact that I'm in the control room and Whitney Houston is in the booth singing. There's nothing that can match that synergy. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're working with. If you find yourself in an opportunity where you can work with one of the dopest rappers on the planet, if I find myself in a space with Kendrick Lamar, do you really think I'm going to let AI take over? No. I need that experience. I need that love. I need him to know that I know what I'm doing and I know how to make a hit record. And I'm going to earn my Grammy. How are you going to give a Grammy to an AI producer?
Yeah.
How are you going to give money to a computer? You know what I mean? I've worked 4 or 5 hours on this beat, and it finally ended up in the right hands with the right voice, and I'm going to give it to a computer? No, I'm going to be in that studio cooking. I'm going to be in that studio turning a knob. I'm going to let him know, nah, that's not the line. You need to do it again.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give me another one.
Yeah.
And 30 takes later, we finally got the one we need. And we put that record together, and I'm going to see it all the way to the end. There's no way I'm giving it to AI.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous that you get.
And so we've said something similar where no matter how advanced artificial intelligence is, there's going to be certain things in our environment that will never replace a human aspect. And so just by what you said, you could tell producing is one of them.
Yeah.
I like to add to that. There's whenever you're in a studio with a synergy going on, right? Like every producer artist combo has it. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, they have that. Even like we just said, Old Boy and 40, we have that. They have that.
Drake and 40. All right, just say it.
You can say it.
I don't want to say his name, Corey.
You know what I'm saying? But no, even Kanye, Jay-Z, they had that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But even me and Chris, we have that because when I'm in the studio, when I'm in the booth with Chris will be like, nah, that ain't it. Do it over. And I don't. What I do is I'm not the type of artist that you cannot not tell me what to do. Like you're producing me because I'm getting to the next part to where I'm like, oh, this is where I need to be. So he's like, deliver it like this, say it like this, sound like this. Because in his mind, as a producer, he knows what the finished project looks like after I come out and while I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
There's a trust.
I got an example of that too. I remember there was an interview. I think it was Big Boy or something. He was interviewing Exhibit to create a bit of X because he said X was a good song. He said that the opening line, "I've been this way and I can't stop her." Dr. Dre had him do that over 100 times. He said he got tired of doing that one line. And I think that speaks, Bobby, to the importance of a producer because I don't know if the AI will be able to know that this is what's gonna resonate. Because when you hear that part in that song, "I've been this way and I won't stop,"
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, I went to his concert, and when he did that part, I'm like, ooh, yeah. Let's go.
And that's the beauty of a human element, man.
Yeah.
And anyone that's worked with me, I'm like, if you wrote 16 bars, you should be able to spit those 16 bars. Yeah. I'm not here to punch you in. You should go from the beginning of that 16 to the end. If you can't get there, we got a problem. You know,
and we be having problems with me. Because I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta be able to spit that 16. That's what, and that to me, that comes from hip hop. That's me watching, LL Cool J battle Kool Moe Dee. That comes from me watching Run DMC drop Tougher Than Leather. That comes from me, studying the game. I know what it takes. And if you cannot deliver that, you shouldn't be here, man. I shouldn't work with you, because if you can't give me the 16 that you actually wrote on the piece of paper that I'm looking at, you can't spit what the hell you just wrote, then why are you here? You know what I mean? You're not a real rapper. And punching in is cool. I'm cool with punching in if it's for the effect. But Lord Jesus, if you've got a whole song that you wrote, you should have it in your heart. You shouldn't just have it in your eyes. You should have it in here. You wrote it. It's you. You should be true to what's going to be coming into that microphone.
And I agree and disagree. However, we want to give a shout out to Pistol P. To
P.I. What's up, boy?
You know what I'm saying? He says, "What goody, Chris?"
Hey, I got one for you. Actually, I was going through my my tracks, and P.I.'s got one. And he was here when I made it. He was in the room when I was building it. And he knows it's for him. We just gotta, he's been going through some stuff. Peace to your family and life to everybody. But we're gonna have him in the booth soon. Yeah, what up, man?
Good looking. Let me tell you something. It's and here's the thing. We always talk HI over AI, right? Human intelligence over artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
When a producer knows your sound, especially ones that you work with. I'll never forget All We Got Is Us was a track that Chris, he was like, I got this for you. And I was like, I don't think I was even in person when you played it. I think, was it over the phone when I heard it?
Yeah, it was over the phone.
It's off it's off my first EP. So I heard it, and it was just like 8 bars just repeating. Right. Yeah. And I was like, send it to me. Because I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. My mind was like, okay, this goes here, this goes there, there goes there. I even saw words come in as I was listening to it. I was like, as soon as he sent it to me, he sent me like 8 bars of it. And it was just a loop. And then so when I got to the studio, we recorded the first verse. And then when I heard the hook, I was like, go hard, go home. My life, no story. This ain't a clone. Don't beat with the track, with the fact you can feel it. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, I got to do it. And I was like, he got what I heard. And then there was a track we collabed on that everybody plays. It gets streaming numbers like crazy. But I think, and this was in COVID. I made a beat. It's called You Ain't Gotta Like Me.
Yep.
And I sent it to him.
I remember that song.
And he put the horns on it. And I was like, bro. And I was like, oh my God. So we still got to do You Ain't Gotta Like Me Part 2. Just know that.
But the thing about that record is, from a producer standpoint, it was missing so many things to elevate it. And I think a good producer would be able to hear that. I'm not saying I'm Dre. All I'm saying is
I am.
Hey,
I love it. We'll take it. But when he sent me that, I was like, there's so much he can do with this. Let's elevate it. Let me put these things on it. And when I sent it to him, that was it for him. He was like, that's it. But that's the beauty of being a producer. I can sit down, listen to the track and go, even if it's just an idea, because when G-Mo sent me his track, I was like, Let me do this remix, man, because I'm also a Teddy Riley disciple. I come from New Jack Swing, and when I heard that record, I was like, G-Mo can do so much more with this. So I basically stripped the record back and let him have space to do his thing because his voice is so ridiculous on that beat. Oh, that's one thing a lot of artists don't know. If you have a unique voice and a true producer hears you, you're like, ooh, we got to put you on a record. Because I've done that with pretty much everyone I've worked with because they got so much. So such a unique voice. I've got to put you on this. Let me do this. Let me build this beat around that voice. It's a great time.
And I believe that. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I believe that's one of the reasons why Biggie was so loved around New York. Because not only because he had that voice, he had that comfortable voice, but he was a charmer. And based off of what everybody said around him, like he was just like good to be around, good energy.
Yeah. And he had to have that, man. Look at Biggie. He had the lazy eye. He was 300 pounds. And he didn't have any money. He didn't have any money. Of course he had to be tired.
I stay Gucci down to the socks.
Hold up, Bobby. Tell him. He had to be charming. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you know who else?
I don't want to dishonor that man's name.
No. My man said it in a rap. Black and ugly as ever. You know,
however, Biggie was very. We don't call people ugly because ugly is an internal thing. We don't talk about facial features.
Not about that.
Look, that man was extremely unattractive.
Right.
However,
however,
go ahead, Bobby. However, what?
However, he had a very distinct, unique voice where you could immediately hear him say a single word and you already know it's Biggie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I think one of my favorite,
and if I can add, Biggie was genuine.
Yes,
Biggie was absolutely genuine. He wasn't. If he was there to, do a sneaky with you, he'd tell you straight up. But if he was there to wife you, he'd do that. But he knew where he sat as far as his attractiveness. So thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that.
Nah, hey, I mean, you don't get much really than that, man, because he straight up said it. Heartthrob never. Black and ugly as
ever. But they Gucci down to the socks.
But check it out. The reason why I say that is because of the fact that Biggie had a voice that was different from the East Coast voice that was out there. Right,
and Shine had the 2.0 version of that. Absolutely.
Who?
Shine.
Yeah, but you know whose voice it is now, and some of you guys may not listen to him. Maybe you guys, Bobby and Geronimo, have because y'all in Texas. Big X the Plug.
I like Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug. I was in the gym listening to him. Yeah, and I was thinking because it's playing. I wasn't listening to him purposely. It's playing in the gym, and that beat that's built around that song. I'll let you know that I'm the biggest. He got that vibrato voice and that bass line. That bass line that hit. I was like the producer who chose. I mean, his team, because he's independent. His team who chose that song for him to do, and if he chose that song, that was the perfect song to introduce him to the world. And now you see him everywhere.
Well, that's not.
I came across his music a month ago by accident, and when I saw him and I heard him, I thought that he did sound a little bit like Biggie. He's another big dude, not at all handsome.
But I love the way she put that. Not at all handsome.
But I mean, what I can say, dude is nice. He knows
he's nice with it. I think, man, the only thing with him, man, he just puts out so much music. Like the newer cats, man, they don't let it marinate. Cause I'll be like, I'm still rocking. Cause like the one that took him there was I'm from Texas. Is that song? Which I'm from Texas. Yeah, that man, he got some bangers, man. He got some bangers.
Said E40 has another voice.
He does.
E40, and he came from that era where, you know what I'm saying, the voice really made you like the artist's story.
Yeah,
that's
right. You know what I'm saying?
From a production standpoint, that is a whole different genre of music. You really got to get with the people from there to get the right sound out of that.
Yeah.
You can't. Dr. Dre ain't never tried to produce E40. There's no way.
He needs that Rick Rock. You got to have
Rick Rock to be in that area, and he has to absorb all of that sound. That's why producers, and I'm trying to do that this year, actually, to pop out and go to studios, or not studios, but go to clubs and listen to what the people are jumping around in. And I actually got a Janet Jackson mix to a certain type of sound that everybody is jumping on. So it's I'm trying to pay attention this year.
I'm wondering
what's up.
What kind of, I want to know what sound, but it sounds like you keeping that in the tuck real quick.
I'm keeping it tucked.
Well, we can't play it on air, but off air, maybe
you heard it.
Be a sample.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about a lot of hip hop artists, man. What's Hip Hop 101, man? What's that?
Hip Hop 101. That is actually a card game. It's a card game that I made in 2020. I'm a bit of a nerd, so I was into Magic the Gathering. I was into Pokemon and all of that. But the weird thing is that I noticed when they would do tournaments and they would televise them on YouTube, I never saw any black people. And they've actually changed that now. But I've never saw any black people actually playing it and being in what they call a top 8. When you're in a top 8 in any of those things, you are a master at your, card game when you're in a top 8. So I was looking at those during 2020, locked in my house, and I was like, there's got to be something different. So Hip Hop 101 came from, and shout out to Young Prince, man. My man designed every card I ever put out.
Young Prince,
THS. Give him the horns, give him something, because he absolutely But Hip Hop 101 is a collectible card game that I started building in 2020, and I wanted to put a staple on hip hop. I wanted it to eventually expand into where I could put LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, Ninth Wonder, all of these incredible creatives, even a Jay Dilla card. Can you imagine a Jay Dilla card?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, to back up, a Magic the Gathering card, there is one card in that particular genre of collectible card games that is worth over $30,000. One card.
Huh?
$30,000. One card.
Is that what you're saying?
Say it again.
I said, you got that card?
Do I have 30,000, bro? No.
I'm thinking maybe you got it before it went up in price.
Oh, nah.
Bro, the only person that owns it right now, actually, there's a thing, they did a run called Magic, and I hate to promote them, but this particular card company,
there you go.
Did a private run of one card, and they did it with the Lord of the Rings, and they had one card with one ring. You know who bought that ring? Forgive my Post Malone bought that.
Really?
Posty. I saw him a couple months ago.
There you go.
You know how much he paid for that card? $1 million plus.
I was gonna say 5 million, but okay.
Nope, $1 million.
$1 million plus for a card.
Give or take a couple of decimal points. But he paid for it. But he wasn't the one that ended up with that card. Some random dude ended up with the card and got it for free. And Post found him and paid him that much money for that card. So I was like, hip hop is the most influential genre of music across the board.
It is.
No question. Nope. If you argue with me, we can talk about it. but hip hop is the most influential music across the board.
No arguments here. So
what does that song say?
I don't want that song.
Saved my life. Right?
It absolutely did, and it continues to do that.
Yeah.
So when I was in my house in 2020, I was like, I'm not into vampires and wolves and you know, krakens and whatever it is they make up in that particular game.
That's lichens, not krakens.
Lichens. I know the lichens. Stop playing. I know what
too. There's krakens.
There's krakens.
Release the kraken.
That's in the ocean.
Did you know that the kraken is worth $40? That particular card is worth $40.
No.
40.
I'm not even into
in your card, so you can win the game. $40. So I was like, you know what? There's an MC. There's an MC. There's a DJ. There's a dancer. There is a graffiti artist. 4 elements that are in hip hop right now that build.
There's one more that you didn't mention.
It's not an element,
but you know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, tell him.
It's the goon.
That's because his ass is a goon. Stop.
No. I'm a character. I got 2 cards. I got 2 cards in the game. Baby.
Anyway, there are 4 elements that work for hip hop, and KRS-One gave a 40-minute lecture on it. Look that up. KRS-One talking about the elements of hip hop. I took the time and listened to that whole thing, and I created this card game called Hip Hop 101, and it centers around battle rap. If you've never seen a battle rap, and I'm not talking about 8 Mile, I'm talking about battle rap. You know what I mean? These guys take so much energy to, you know, really take you apart lyrically, and basically win the crowd so that they can turn around and be the most dopest MC on the planet. So I have an MC, I have a DJ, I have a dancer, I have a graffiti artist. There's also goons. There's also knowledge. There's also oh my God, history. And there are cities that represent you as an MC in this card game. So Hip Hop 101, I had to put together because I wanted to make some sort of staple in hip hop that would live on forever. And those that collect it would have these cards. Our first run had to do with, you know, we did a model call and I created a bunch of characters. There's an MC, what's his, I think Prince was one of the MCs at this time. It's called See He Crazy. He was an MC for that. I became a character. I forget the name of it. Prince will probably quote it later. There are DJs that, for the first run, we wanted to make it all New York because that's the mecca of hip hop.
Yeah.
All the boroughs are represented in this card game. All of them.
Nice.
All of the boroughs. The Bronx. If you can name them, run them down to me. Put them in the comments. Love to see it. But we built the card game. It's a 60 card deck, and we put it on sale about 2.5 years ago, 5 years ago, and the response was incredible. People wanted to see this game. They wanted to learn how to play it. And we dropped the West Coast last year where it was, you know, it was lowriders and it was crump dancers. Oh my God. We did a video or a photo shoot with crump dancers out here.
Nice.
And it was incredible, man. It was incredible to see these dancers really go off. And you can follow the Hip Hop 101 game, Hip Hop 101 company, any one of those two, and you'll see those dancers just build. We were at the I forget the mall. It was an hour away.
Riverside, right?
No, it wasn't Riverside.
San Bernardino.
Nope. It started with an M. An M.
Oh.
Anyway, we're at that mall and we did what's called the Nerds in hip hop Nerds in Hip Hop, and we had a table, and we almost sold out of all of our stuff for that hip hop game. And my man at Nerds in Hip Hop really saw the vision for that. But to be a part of that and have Prince THS, who is a nerd in himself, my man Prince is a nerd. My man had Pokemon. He had a library. When I tell you it was this thick, it was that thick. He had all the Pokemon games. And when I told him about Hip Hop 101, he lost his mind. And he started to design them. So every card you see on Hip Hop 101 company or Hip Hop 101 game, that's him designing that stuff.
Nice.
And my man just went in, and we've been partners ever since for the past 5 years to build that. And we're going down south this Christmas, and it's going to be an incredible adventure. Absolutely.
Nice. I'm gonna get my cards, and then is it play kind of like Pokemon or Magic?
Nah, it plays nothing like those two things.
No,
nothing.
But it is a gameplay type of thing.
It plays like battle rap. Hold on,
okay. You did say that too. You did say that. Battle rap. Ooh,
yeah. I got a copy of the game. And
it
is amazing, bro. Really, really amazing.
Yeah, it plays like battle rap. So what happens is you have to lead with an MC. You cannot do anything without your MC. And then the rest of the elements, which are, I got a quiz for you. What are the elements of hip hop? We got the MC. What are the other ones?
The DJ.
The producer.
Nah, Bobby, come on now.
It's the DJ, the graffiti artist,
the break dancer,
and the dancer.
All right. Now we have the elements. Those elements are there to support the MC. Without them, you can't score as many points to win your crowd.
That's dope. That's dope.
You gotta have your elements there.
That's
the weaker your elements, the lesser the crowd loves you. So it's important that your MC leads with powerful MC or powerful elements after that.
And not only that, you get golden bars.
We have things called bars. We have 16 bars that you use to activate certain powers that MCs and other elements would have. So you use those to, hype the crowd up so that you can win your rounds. And there are 3 rounds in an MC battle. You win the best 2 out of 3.
True.
See what I'm saying?
So I want to connect something that's still current event, right? To what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
The whole Drake and Kendrick thing, right? So to your point, what you said, right, as far as the whole battle rap thing, right? I got a couple of cats, man, that always want to debate me as far as like how things went and whatnot. Like my whole thing with Kendrick, he understands the battle rap thing, right? Where, like you said, you need your elements to win the crowd. And that's what he did. He won the crowd over, and that's what won it. Now the people that always want to go against me in my own circle, that's like, oh man, but he wouldn't have won the crowd if he didn't do this or said that or this, that, or he set Drake up, whatever. I'm like, it doesn't matter. The objective of the game is to get the crowd. When you in a battle rap, right? Yeah. The whole thing is to get the crowd to be like, oh, yo, you heard what he said? Oh,
right. Yeah.
That's the whole essence of battle rap, man.
Yeah.
And Kendrick understood that assignment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
and one thing,
go ahead.
One thing as far as the MC, and every MC knows this. When you get invited onto a track of peers of yours, you got to outshine them. You got to.
Yeah.
Jay-Z made the mistake of having Eminem on Renegade. He did. And Big Sean did that same mistake with Kendrick and Control.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I don't know about that.
Bruh, Control was like the best verse on that song. That's the Control is the. I mean, no.
You talking about Kendrick's verse or Sean's verse?
Kendrick.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say.
Nah, man, come on.
I thought the way you introduced it was like you were saying Sean outdid it, but
no. It was Sean's song, but
Yeah,
Kendrick outdid the artist on there because it was also had what's his name on there? It was Kendrick, it was Big Sean, and it was
Jay Electronica.
Jay Electronica, right?
Electronica, yeah.
And what it did was Kendrick. I believe this is when Kendrick knew that he knew how to get the whole music industry in a frenzy. And he went and got everybody in their feelings where they went back into the booth. Some people got out of retirement. Some people started writing music. Some people got offended. When you get your main artist offended, what happens is you realize, oh, I touched the pressure point. I know how to get you.
Yeah.
And then others who knows that V20 versus 1v20 versus 20v1. I would just leave that at that. But it's just the fact that when you know something, you keep that jewel in your pocket.
Yeah.
And then when you get the opportunity to do the snap like Thanos with the Infinity Stones, bam, you hit him with it. That's
You've
it.
been on that all week, bro. You've been on that all week with the Thanos.
Bam. Nah, my bad.
Okay. Here's my question. I want to definitely include Bobby in this. Now, Bobby, you know about hip hop, right?
Oh yeah, Bobby's a
You're
rapper.
not a stranger to it. Now,
3% black.
Now, how would that battle between Kendrick and Drake look if it was taken from a FemC point of view? Who would you make Kendrick, and who would you make Drake if they had to battle?
You talking female rappers?
Absolutely. I said a FemC, right?
I'm just being very clear for those who may not know. That's all.
I think she got it. She's just thinking.
I am just thinking.
Not for her, just for viewers, just in case we got some viewers that don't know.
If you ain't hip hop, you ain't a part of this conversation. Go ahead, Bobby. Talk to him. If who is your Kendrick as far as female MC? Who's got bars on that level? I would love to hear that.
You're asking me for an honest opinion. Now, I don't like the lyrics at times, but this person I think is talented.
Well, we know you're saved. I understand that, and I don't want that to get in the way of your judgment.
I like Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
I think that she is very talented, but I also think that she's genuine. There's other female rappers out there I despise.
Not Doechii. Everyone is on Doechii's, tip right now.
Doechii is dope.
What? Why not Doechii?
Doechii is dope.
Well, here's the thing. I like Doechii.
Hold up, fellas, hold on.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Let Bobby talk. Go ahead, Bobby.
I think that this other rapper could be good, but I think that there's so much shade just with her and the way that she kind of came up in the game, and because of that I don't respect her.
Who's that?
And I'm saying she could be talented, but I do not like Cardi B.
Oh my god. Ooh, my god.
I do not like Cardi B.
That is the realest I've ever heard. That is real.
She could be so talented, but she's got so much like
crap and garbage.
So much garbage attached to what she does. Like, you have somebody with talent, but here it is overshadowed by all this nastiness. Like, if you have raw talent, it could be really good. So you don't need to talk about your private parts like this if you're real talent. I'm serious. It ain't necessary.
Well, I have to be Angel's advocate on that, and it's not just because
don't be she's trash.
Nah, I mean, and that's the thing with music, right? Any artist subjective, right? So subjectively, right, based on what you like and don't like, you think she's trash. But let's flip it, right? I mean, the male MC has been talking about their parts since the inception of it, right? So I always found it fascinating when the femcs do the same thing the men do. It's trash, it's garbage. I mean, Biggie did it, Jay-Z did it. The newest artist, every male artist does it, unless they're like maybe more of a conscious rapper, like a Talib Kweli or something. But even he done made songs about that, right? So I've always wondered, why is this such an issue when the females do it? Even Sexy Red, dude, Nelly made a really good point on
Boo, Sexy Red. Boo.
And I hear that, right? And
Super boo on Sexy Red.
Boo. Don't do it, Corey. Stop it.
Hey, Nelly made a good point. He was like, yo, it was cool when all the male rappers was talking about that hoe shit until a real hoe showed up.
No,
this whole conversation, not one person was curious as to like who I listened to or what I wanted to.
That's the question I was ready to get. I was gonna ask. Yeah. I'm like,
earlier,
what's on the playlist?
Earlier, we were talking about artists with unique voice, and one of my favorite rappers, two of my favorite rappers have very unique voices. Where the moment I hear a little bit of a sound, I immediately know it's one of them. I have a lot of respect for one of them because when I started looking into his background, I was like, this guy's smart. He's got a bachelor's degree and he's just coming up doing his thing. Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne and I like Ludacris. However, when I was growing up, I wanted Nelly was my man.
I was gonna say Nelly.
All the women love. I mean, even the girls now like Nelly.
Even now, you don't like him?
No, I said even the younger girls now, like the teenage girls now, they like Nelly. Nelly is just like he's the reincarnation of cool.
He is soft.
Ludacris, I'll be honest with you.
All them rappers are short though. What I found out, I was like,
yeah, they're all about my height.
Well, you're
what height are you, Chris?
I am 5'8". I've met Ludacris. Oh. I have met Kendrick. I have met Andre 3000.
Oh, okay. Wait, Andre 3000 looks tiny though.
No, he is my height, and I'm 5'9". So
you just these are little cats. Bro. We go.
He just grew that quick, an inch, real quick.
I know. Okay, so then I'm taller than all three of y'all.
Of Andre right over here. I can pull it up. But
I believe you. I believe you.
Really tiny cats, man.
I'm 5'10". So I'm already taller than me. And then everybody.
Wear my shoes around you. Damn.
Hey, Chris, we got some feedback from Dr. Poole. He said when we were talking about the femcs, he said Doja Cat is his number one. Don't sleep on Doja. I agree with you on that. I've been following Doja Cat since she was underground. And I get it, right? When she went pop, I understood why she did it because she got to make that money, man.
Let me tell you something.
I wasn't the biggest fan of her pop stuff, but that old school Doja, like when she came back with the Devil, what's that song?
Paint the Town Red.
Paint the Town Red, yeah, dude. That was that. She went back to the old Doja on that one. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I like Doja Cat.
What you guys? I mean, all you guys have some. Can I talk about my femcs?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so it's only two. Passing. I mean, all of the ones. There's a lot I like, right? But the ones that I won't press fast forward on or I won't skip is the Brat and Rhapsody. A lot of people sleep on Rhapsody, and I discovered Rhapsody from when I was listening to Pimp a Butterfly. She's on the track with Kendrick.
I remember that.
And I was like, who is this female rapper? Because she kind of has that vibrato type female voice.
You got a Grammy for that, by the way.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. But she's also signed to Roc Nation. And a lot of people slept on her because she signed to Roc Nation and
was that to Pimp a Butterfly or was it Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
No,
they had that one on Mr. Morale and the
Butterfly.
It's to Pimp a Butterfly. That's because I got my autograph. I got that CD autographed by Kendrick.
What song?
It's the one. It's like real kind of jazzy. That whole album jazzy though.
It's all jazzy. That's not the one when they arguing back and forth.
No, that's on Mr. Morale.
Okay.
So Pimp a Butterfly is the one when he's dealing with the demons and he does the interludes with him and at the end of the album, it's him talking to Tupac. Yeah. But the reason why I say the Brat, because a lot of people slept on the Brat because of the first album she was the first female rapper to go platinum. No, and that's recorded in history. Number 2, her first album was her and JD wrote it. Obviously, that was their agreement. But the second album, all the way to the rest of her lyrics, because she was from Chicago, nobody really knew how the Chicago swing hip hop was. And if you listen to Chicago swing hip hop, you listen to Poe Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Pull it up in the AC, double O, but AC blow. It's a swing, fast, slow rap. And when I heard Jermaine Dupri beats over the Brat Chicago voice, I was like, whoa. Plus, she was cute, right? You know what I'm saying? In her tomboy way.
I love the Brat, boy. Whoo!
Yeah, so
that one.
Rhapsody is definitely like a female Kendrick if you listen to her. Now, Doechii is good, but I hear more Nicki Minaj in Doechii.
Minaj?
Yeah, I hear Nicki and
I hear that
more so. And so it's like I can't give her that. Like Rhapsody, she kind of got that like that raw element hip hop. It's RHAPSODY. Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah, she's dope. Yeah. The Brat is definitely one of them. If I gotta choose 2 female MCs, the Brat I was just listening to Funkified today, man. Like that's one of them joints you could play all the way through too, man.
All the way through.
Yeah. Step up, and I'm a bust your lid. Like, no females weren't talking like that. Like she rap like a dude.
I'm telling you, bro. Like whenever I get a chance to meet her, like I'm like, look, I'm gonna tell her like, whatever. Do you have any of those songs that you never released? I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, man.
The Brat to me is one of the females that I think paved the way. Don't get me wrong. There's MC San. There's Roxanne
Shante, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Light. Dr. Poole said MC Light. Missy Elliott.
Oh, Missy Elliott.
But Missy
I gotta give it to Missy. I'm sorry.
It's a hyphenate.
I can't stand the rain.
She's a multi-hyphenate. Missy Elliott is a jewel. Okay, she's a writer. Like she wrote songs for Jodeci and them. People didn't know. Oh my god.
She's definitely multi-talented.
Yeah.
When it comes to things, Missy.
All of our favorite Aaliyah songs.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Genuine.
She wrote the majority of them joints for Aaliyah. She wrote the majority of them joints.
So the Brat was I'll share that with you as far as like one of my favorite femcs. My other favorite femc is Rage, the Lady of Rage.
Ooh,
Dude,
Rage.
I feel like she came out way before her time because she just with them lyrics, man, she's vicious, dude.
Yeah.
Vicious. I think
but I would have to disagree with you, G-Mo. Rage is dope for the position that she's in. She could never go pop though. I'd have to hit you with Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah covered the genres, every one of them.
But if you're just speaking femc,
you remember, dude? Does anybody remember "Give Me Body"?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's Queen La, right?
But we stand in the realm of hip hop.
We talk UNITY. We talk now. UNITY was dope too.
UNITY is a staple. You cannot take that from her.
No, you can't. You can't. Not at all. Not at all.
But we talk about his own individuals. You got to
Rage. She's good for that album. But do you remember her album? I remember it. Do you remember it?
Her album never came out.
It did.
I didn't even know it came out. There was so much drama. But every song, but I mean, to her, she was in a rough position though, because if it did come out,
in a prime position. She was in a prime position.
Well, because
she was in prime.
I didn't know, but you know, Dr. Death Row was starting to fall apart. Like when it was her time to be promoted,
a lot of bullshit. But
it was a lot
Dre
of stuff.
absolutely loved her voice. That's why he put her.
I like her lyrics, dude. She could
her voice is crazy.
And her,
her lyrics, yeah.
Just pure straight hip hop, just that raw, just she's
honestly
very
all the bullshit got in her way, bro. I'd have Tony Braxton the shit out of her. I'd have put her on a album all by herself by this time. Because she is a viable. When I'm talking business, she is a viable product. You know, and the women would have jumped all over.
Did you ever, Chris, take a chance to listen to the latest Dog Pound album that came out?
I heard all of it.
So you remember the one that I think the song was like who's the illest or something like that when they all battling? It was Corrupt, Rage, X, what's his name? RBX, and then Snoop.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like Rage took that one. Dude,
Rage ate them all up, dog. She went in. She was not. And what did they say these days? She didn't leave a crumb or whatever the hell they said.
She ate. She didn't leave a crumb.
She ate. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Bobby. Talk to her. She didn't leave a crumb. You know what I mean? As far as hip hop, man, she served all of them niggas. There was nothing she left for them, bro. She went in. And as far as business, she didn't handle it, bro. She didn't really, because you see Snoop handing out Death Row chains to everyone. Did she give it? Did he go back and go to Lady of Raid? No, he did not.
No,
Rage ain't got no new Death Row chain, bro. Look, she's got no new Death Row chain.
Now I get it. She may not be the most marketable artist.
She's sleeping on her, bro. She is a beast.
She's a beast. I love
her. She's a monster. She's a monster.
But let's look at this though.
I put her in the
have some life.
I give her a ton of beats. Believe me.
Hey, and I'm pretty sure she'd probably be open to that too, Chris, because she's actually working on Broadway right now. After Broadway, I'm pretty sure.
Let's go. Yeah, her lyrics and her delivery is solid.
So, Chris, you gonna close this out. You gotta give us your two top tier femmes because we started out with Bobby sharing her. I'm gonna go out on a limb and think that maybe Latifah was one of them, but you let us your top two femmes.
I have to open that up a little bit though, G. You know what I mean? Because I'm a child of hip hop, so it's impossible for me to just corner in just one or two MCs as far as female rappers go. I listened to
top five. We'll give you some grace. Top five. Top five. Oh, that gives you enough to cover the different eras of hip hop.
Okay. MC Light is at the 5. She's at the base. When I say 5, we're at base. We're building a pyramid if you think about it.
Okay.
MC Light. All right. I gotta say MC Roxanne Shante.
I'm with that. Right?
Because I grew up in that. I used to listen to the battles when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Refresh our memories. Who was her beef with? Because she had beef with
UTFO.
Yep.
The real Roxanne.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Yep.
You know what I mean? UTFO. Do your due diligence and look up UTFO. You know, Roxanne, I want to be your man. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
Bobby knows. I see her shocking. She's like, yeah, I already know.
So we got MC Light, Roxanne Shante.
Talking about it. Roxanne Shante. All right. Now, you know, what's crazy is my femme MCs haven't been I'm going to skip to the number 1 because I believe she deserves it. Rhapsody put out a bomb record and people slept on it. She's number one.
Okay, I'm gonna admit I slept on it. I never listened to her.
You gotta go get Rhapsody record.
Back and
Please, just get your Dre beats, put them on your head, press play, and go. All right.
Hey, I'm not rich like
what
you.
the heck?
I just got dropped his Dre beats.
No, it's a microphone, man. It's a microphone.
Is everything okay?
No, it's on the edge. It's on this edge if I tap it. But anyway.
So Rhapsody is your top
Rhapsody number one,
okay,
right?
female MC.
Now, if I'm talking lyrics, oh my God, I have to confess that Nicki Minaj really, in her early stages when she was hungry, when she was like, oh, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, she was vicious.
Oh my God.
And when she switched her voice up,
my God. The thing that got me was Monster. You know what I mean? When she did Monster on Kanye's classic record, I was like, oh my God.
First on that song.
She even ate Jay-Z. It was over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She killed
I didn't want to listen to anybody else but her verse, you know? So Nicki has to kill it at that point. So if I'm putting it at the third and it's a recent, it has to be Doechii. I was put onto her by a friend of mine, and when she did the Grammys, and when I actually did a deep dive into where she came from and how she did it and how she ended up where she is right now currently, I was like, okay, she deserves this spot. But I need to really listen to her lyrics, and I did that. I Corey knows I don't play when I'm trying to find out who you are, when I'm trying to find out how you ride beats. She went traditional beats. She did not pull up any garbage, dog. She was really rhyming from a space that made sense. And Doechii really locked me in, and I was like mad impressed by that. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of women out there that I could, lean towards as far as people that are on my Instagram that, could line up right next to her. But I was like, as far as success and as far as actually digging into hip hop and really feeding into the forward movement of the culture, I'd have to give it to Doechii, man. Doechii, she did her thing. Yeah. And, nice. Sidebarring the fact that she looks amazing, She does.
You know what I mean? That doesn't hurt.
Yeah. But it's a package thing, because I've had packages in here. I've had women in here in the booth that have done amazing lyrics and have the body and have the whole package and then fall short of everything. I'm like, what the hell did I need to do to make you better? And I'm like, you have the whole image, but that's not what I want to sell. I want to sell you the beats. I want to sell you on the fact that you are a lyricist and intelligent enough to ride these beats and make them more incredible than what they are. But when you hit me with the body, I'm like, it's great. And I appreciate the fact that you have it, but there's a thing that you have to add to it. There's a layer. You have to be able to deliver what it is that you have. Nicki did that.
Nicki, that's like
Queen Latifah definitely did that.
They don't sleep on Remy Ma.
Remy Love did it. What'd you say?
Ma, yeah.
Remy, are you kidding? Ma. And right now, what's her name? Oh, I can't think of her name. Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
He's got a package, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys. Please don't interrupt me on this. But Q-Tip found her.
Say what?
Q-Tip found Megan Thee Stallion. Q-Tip found her, right? Presented her in New York, right? Took her to New York and said, she's dope. And his word meant nothing.
Wow.
His word. Q-Tip. Q-Tip.
Hey, well, these youngins ain't got
know who Q-Tip is. Everyone knows who Q-Tip is. His word meant nothing when he stapled it next to Meg Thee Stallion. You know what made her great? Was her followers. Her Instagram. Her internet presence was the thing that signed her, not Q-Tip.
Yeah.
And that hurts my heart because the cosign means nothing. The cosign means nothing today. Q-Tip. If Q-Tip said I was a dope producer, it would mean nothing.
Well, I think it's generational too, right? Like the younger generation, they don't know nothing about no Q-Tip.
This was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, before she blew up. Q-Tip took her to Def Jam and said, she's dope. Sign her. What do her followers look like? They were underperforming followers, so they didn't take her.
And okay, so
they passed on Megan Thee Stallion after Q-Tip said she was dope.
But that's you got to look at it from the
Bobby. Tell me why? Why is that irrelevant? Why is that irrelevant? That hurts, especially in hip hop.
And the reason why, though, because of the fact that was the dying end of the old regime of hip hop, where you had to have a cosign.
That was cold, bro.
And unfortunately,
we're talking about Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion, yeah. And you gotta also realize, Meg Thee Stallion was signed to a different label before she got to.
No, Corey, I love.
Yes, she was signed to an independent label.
A cosign means nothing. If Dr. Dre said I was a dope producer,
Dr. Dre said nothing. You did.
You also that's not true. I disagree that.
Be quiet.
I doubt it.
I disagree because you have to look at the regime of hip hop back then and then where it is now, and then also the individual. You got to look at who he went to and what type of relationship that Q-Tip had with him.
He went to Def Jam, bro.
Def Jam was ran by who? Who's running Def Jam?
Liar Cohen.
4 years ago?
4 years ago. Was it Liar Cohen? Okay. Liar Cohen, who's known for what?
It wasn't Jay, because Jay would have put her out immediately.
Jay, I get that. And it wasn't DJ Khaled. But
nope. Oh my God.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You have to look at if people are tapped into the culture as they are in these executive positions. That's why, I mean, that would have been the regime still staying where they are. The regime crumbled because of the independent circuit. Now it's like everybody is like, okay, here we go. Where do we go from here when we got artists who got 1 million followers and they're getting brand deals? The independent artists are starting to get NLMs, NILs. Name, image, and license deals. Yeah, with those name, image, and license deal, it's like, why do they got to sign? Lord Cohen, he's not tapped into the culture. He was. I'm sitting back.
Give him the point, man.
That's where I'm going. The point is this: relationships only count depending on who's the benefactor and who's the receiver. Lawyer Cohen going to Def Jam. I'm sorry. Let's just be honest.
Okay, hold up. Let me put this in. Liar Cohen actually runs YouTube right now. All right. During that time when Meg Thee Stallion came to him, he was running Def Jam. But Liar runs YouTube. That's why you see all the commercials in YouTube right now.
I get that
because of Liar.
But
go ahead.
Talking about 4 years ago,
wanted to put it in the 5 years perspective. Right.
So I mean, and I think that highlights something we said earlier. At the end of the day, it's art, and art is subjective, right? It's like that. Anybody on here ever watched the show Daredevil?
Yes.
Right. Remember that painting that he likes that is just white, but he's just so like into it, right? Yeah. But you might see something in that painting that I didn't see. I'm just thinking, what's his name? Lawyer? How you say that?
Liar Cohen.
That guy. Yeah. He maybe he just didn't see it. He just didn't see it. Right. But I mean,
he just didn't have the grit.
He sees him.
to him.
He's
I
been
mean,
in it
the
so
first
long.
time I heard Megan Thee Stallion, I was like, "Ooh, okay, I got it." The first time I heard her, I was like, "Ooh, who this chick?"
But it wasn't Def Jam. It wasn't the people that should have put her on at the beginning. They missed
out. They missed out because
they absolutely missed
after that.
But my point is the cosign doesn't mean anything in hip hop anymore.
It doesn't.
When a person like Questlove, who has put out numerous hits and produced numerous #1 platinum tracks, says that you're dope, and he brings it to the labels. Excuse my language. I was about to say F like a bug. But he brings it to them, and they absolutely ignore him. Nah, bro. Hip hop is different. It's
different, but I still believe that the cosign means something.
Nope, it doesn't mean a thing.
Now, I'm gonna close with this. The reason why the cosign means something is the reason why hip hop was at the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Kendrick Lamar.
Nope. I love you, but no, that's not how it went down.
I guarantee you it does. Watch the documentary.
You can watch the documentary all day long. They had,
you know what I think?
They had an idea. They had an idea, and they needed to ignite the West Coast, and they did that. And the fact that they had Jay-Z saying you need to have Dre on this is cool. But
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this last Super Bowl.
Kendrick, come on, man. People slept on Kendrick. They slept.
They knew how powerful he was.
I think he was there because people did not sleep on Kendrick. But I want to go back to the Megan point, man. I think she proved something. I think she showed just how hip hop it really is now, right? Because hip hop from the origins was always about the streets, the word of mouth, right? Hey, Def Jam, they used to be about that, right?
They used to be.
They were corporate, right? And maybe she wasn't corporate enough for them, but she took it to the IG, the street.
Russell Simmons is out of the country. He's the one that kept it street, but he's gone.
He gone. But
now we got some weirdos in there.
She did her thing, and I think because she kind of started this wave of like FemCs done took over, man. Like there's you see that I say the FemCs are more prominent now than the guys are, because you got her, she's still doing her thing. You got the Sexy Reds, Take It or Love It, right? She doing her thing. Hey, once you get with Bruno Mars, you done made it.
Oh, Bruno got problems. Don't even underestimate. Okay.
Well, that's it for the show today.
We gotta go back.
All right, no. It's time to wrap.
It's time to wrap. I think rapping on the female MCs, man, because you know what? I think you did something good where you gave the FemCs grace. I don't think they get enough love and respect, right? And uplifting, man. So shout out to all the FemCs out there, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. What else?
We got to do a part two. We got to do a part two.
We're doing a part two.
So taking us out, man. What, Chris? Where can they find Hip Hop 101? Shout that out again.
Hip Hop 101, thegame.com. It's a website and the affiliate I'm sorry,
Hip Hop 101 the game.
The game. Okay. .com is the website. Hip Hop 101 the company is the IG. Then there's Hip Hop 101 game on IG. So what Prince and I did, we tried to lock down the majority of Hip Hop 101 in every one of the genres. So you can type in Hip Hop 101 game, the game, either one of those, and you'll find us. There's a guy holding the Hip Hop 101.
You read my mind, Corey. You read my mind.
So go get it. It's a collectible card game. There are fresh faces on there. Corey's in it. My man Corey Giovanni he's a goon, and his card looks phenomenal. And it's a powerful card. It worked for the game. So you can win by using him. Yeah. So do that. Go get every one of those card games. We're gonna put up all kinds of learning sessions and things like that so that you can get better at the game. And we're gonna go down south this summer, and we're gonna use AI to do it. So it's gonna be fun to see what AI interprets of down south hip hop. So we're gonna do that this summer. So those cards will be coming out by Christmas.
That's what's
the
up,
way,
man.
the way
Cards,
Prince
man.
He's a monster.
Yeah. And
yeah,
then
man.
what if an artist just so happens to see this and they might want to get some of your production? I've been blessed with that production. Where do they go to get in contact with you to get some production for their album?
You have to do you have to follow my Instagram, Affiliate Entertainment, affiliate_ENT.
Hey,
you follow that, you DM me, you let me know what you want to do, and we'll lock in for you, man. I'm all about working in the studio, and I only work with referrals. I don't do all this. I don't sell beats. I make beats for you. So it's important that you understand that you're not going to find my beats anywhere else. So you have to come see me. You have to come talk to me. We have to come build. We have to build something together. And to me, that makes the beat that much hotter. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. Hey, man, that's what's up. Well, thanks for joining us again, man. Make sure y'all get out there. Can you put that banner back up, man, at Hip Hop 101?
Yeah. Bobby, thank you so much. I'm sorry you was in the cut just kind of listening, but I appreciate you being here. I think you're an amazing woman. I think you add 100% to this format. Gmo, it's amazing to see you again, man. We're gonna make magic soon. You come see me, man. I might have to fly out to where you are.
Well, we were talking about going out to California sometime soon and doing an actual like live broadcast with all of us.
Let's go. I'd love to see it. I would love to be a part of that. Y'all let me know. It's gonna be an amazing time. Corey, you know I love you. All right. You know we go back. You guys are amazing. Thank you for having me on this amazing platform.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a part 2. We have to do a part 2. There's too much.
Man, an open invite. When you fan, man, it's open invite, man.
It's done. I'm done.
And speaking of Bobby, Bobby asked some really good questions though. Sometimes you don't
did.
He had me like good question. Speaking of Bobby, let folks know what they could get from you if they're in the San Antonio area.
Holla at us.
In the San Antonio area, I'm the owner of Patriot Restorations, LLC. We are a water damage company here in the San Antonio area. We service Bexar County, Atascosa, Wilson County, Medina County. So if you've got water damage inside your house, call us. Let me know what's going on. You can find me at bobby.lopez.5 on Instagram and Bobby Lopez on Facebook. I'm the one and only Bobby the Beast Lopez. There's only one.
Hey, go get him.
Yeah. And then Corey Giovanni.
Corey ENT. Let's go.
It's your main man with the game plan.
Yeah.
Corey Giovanni. Check it out. If you're in the need for a done-for-you solution for podcasting and you're in the Los Angeles area, get with me. Easy to reach out to on every platform: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Corey Giovanni. And tag your boy. I got you. DM me. Let's get to work.
Gmo.
My man. And then I got a few names: Geronimo, Gmo at Tech_Von_ Instagram. And I'm here to help you out. You need to come to San Antonio. You need a place to stay, a nice, good place to stay. Nothing but 5 stars on Airbnb. Your boy. Just hit me up on Instagram directly, man. I'll shoot you a little discount, man. So come through, have a good time in San Antonio. And that's it for the night. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Thanks for joining us, Chris One. Thanks again. We love you, man. And that is for the night, y'all.
Yeah, man. Beautiful. Peace.